about democracy. That's a great. People don't talk about that. People act like democracy is the best thing ever, best thing ever, bro. It's like, oh, we got to go over here and invade their land so they can get democracy, man. But what happens with democracy? They pretend like everybody has a say, just like how the Romans did. They pretend like everybody has a say, but then y'all have lobbyists, people who pay certain people to vote a certain way. So certain people can stay in power, certain people can get out of power when they're not in agreements to what the higher ups are saying. Bro. That's how you know democracy is wicked. That's why we need the Most High God to set up His kingdom here, bro. That's why we need that. Give me 2 Peter. 2 Peter, we're looking at the new heavens. You know what I'm talking about? I think it's chapter 2. 2 Peter 2. You got
it? Yeah, this is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 13. It says, nevertheless, we, according to His promise, look for new heavens and a new earth.
That's what we do. We look for new heavens, a new new rulership, and a new earth, a renewed earth for the so-called white man. And I'm gonna throw the Moabites in there too. Have polluted the world to nothing, bro. Put so much smog and stuff, and put so much cement, and put so much chemicals in the ground. The earth don't know how to just be the earth anymore. Just to be honest. Some places can't grow fruit and vegetation correctly no more because all the chemicals in the earth. You got acid rain. Where was acid rain before the so-called white man got here? Where was that at, bro?
Wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Wherein what?
Wherein dwelleth righteousness.
You're gonna establish. Give me Isaiah 2. Give me Isaiah
2. Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent, that ye may be found of Him in peace, without spot and blameless.
So what does that mean? We have to repent, man. So, because when Christ comes back, see, that's what I love. My dear brother, Rob Banyawasop, in Miami, put out a lesson talking about, are you going to be ready when Christ comes back? That's what that's going into. We need to be ready and make ourselves ready and repent so we're found blameless when Christ comes back, man. Get your precept.
This is Luke, chapter 1 and 5. It says, there was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named Zacharias, of the course of Abiah, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. And they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless.
What?
Walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless.
That's what we need to do, man. We need to be found blameless when Christ comes back, man. Because if not, we're going to get put to death, bro. We got to strive to be the elect every single day of our lives, man. Because if we don't do that, next thing you know, you're in the world. Next thing you know, you go into the damn Catholic house over there, praying in public, praying on the street corners, even though the scriptures don't say that. Out here touching little boys. Out here blasting Christmas music outside the damn chapel over there. Remember we went over there to go eat? They had 2 Christmas trees and had Christmas music blasting all night, man. Then you're gonna be celebrating Christmas, then you're gonna get put to death, bro. That's what happens when we don't strive to be the elect.
It's Isaiah 2. Let's start from verse 2. Yes, sir. It's Isaiah 2 and 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and not a nation shall flow unto it.
So, when in the last days, when we're back on top, when Israel is in rulership, all the nations are going to flow unto us and hear the law, statutes, and commandments. It's going to say it.
And many people shall go and say, come ye, let us go up unto the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob.
God of who?
The God of Jacob.
So even in the end time, it's still the God of the house of the God of Jacob. Go ahead.
And He will teach us of His ways.
Do what?
Teach us of His ways.
So people are going to come and be taught the ways of the Most High God, which the law, statutes, and commandments. Not what these Catholic churches are teaching, man. They're not going to be taught that no more. Because the Catholic Church gives you lies. The Catholic Church gives you that right there. The so-called Caesar Borgia, the white devil, man. I've always said it. Right there, that's the devil right there. That's not Jesus. And you also are the devil. Go ahead.
And the word, so like we will walk in this path, for out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
So the law, statutes, and commandments are going to go forth out of Israel, or Zion, whatever you want to, whichever noun you want to call it, is going to come from us, because we are going to be perfect at that time period, and we'll be able to teach the people, man. That's the gospel, bro. That's literally the gospel. Us being back on top, beating the other nations down, and if they don't want to serve our God, they're going to get put to death. Just like I said in Isaiah 6.
So Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain.
The customs of the people are vain, man. The customs of these damn nations are vain, bro. Christmas is vain. Even if you want to go all the way back to the Canaanite version of it, it's vain, man. Everything they do is vain, especially the so-called white man in other nations are just vain in general. So anything they say is going to be vain just because they're vain. Because the Most High God made them crooked, and what the Most High God made crooked, you cannot make straight. So you cannot bring them into the truth. They cannot keep the commandments. They cannot be the child of God because the Most High God made them crooked. That's why we need the kingdom on earth, so we can control everything, so we can lead the world in righteousness, man. Because go back to Isaiah chapter 2. There's more on that. Because that's one thing people always ask for. One thing people always ask for is world peace, man. Everybody like somebody want to ask, like, what do you really want in the world? Oh, I say I want world peace. Okay, let's see what.
It says, and he, I'm starting with verse 4. It says, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
What's a sword? A weapon of war. Go ahead.
And their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
So if y'all want world peace so much, why don't y'all just tell our people that they're Israelites, let us come back to this law, statute, commandments, and let us rule over y'all, man. Because when we rule over y'all, there's going to be world peace. No nation's going to fight anymore, man. Because we're going to be a rulership, and we're going to judge the nations, man. And with that, I want to say, call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, and say death to America.
Death to America.